Hi everybody, thank you so very much for joining me today. My name is Sharon, and look who I have with me. It's Max the pig, and Max is giving you a good cue, a good idea as to what we're talking about this week. You may remember from last week that we talked about horses and cows. The week before that, it was ducks and chickens. This week, we're continuing our talk of farm animals by talking more about pigs and goats. That's right. All kinds of animals that live on farms. And you may remember from last week that we also learned that there are different structures on farms too. Things like houses, of course, but barns and pig pens and chicken coops and different places where animals can sleep for the night. And when the weather is kind of crummy and rainy, they have a bit of an enclosure to go to and just areas to keep them safe. Now, pig pens also have an area that pigs really love, an enclosure with dirt and mud in it, and pigs love to roll around in the mud to kind of scratch their backs and get the dirt off of them and cool down, and it feels really, really good. Pigs are often considered dirty animals, but that's not true at all. Pigs are actually very clean animals. They just use dirt in really cool ways to help keep themselves clean. It's like using sand and rubbing it on your skin to get rid of some of that layer of skin and help you feel fresh and clean. And that's what pigs do. So what do you say, Max? Should we sing our uniting song for Greeting Circle? Yeah, we should. It's kind of a funny one, and we hope you'll like it. We kind of thought about pigs, and we kind of thought about what pigs are often considered to how they're considered to act like and what they sometimes do. And that sort of led us down this road to figure out our uniting song. Are you ready? It goes like this. Oh, I wish I were a little hunk of mud. Oh, I wish I were a little hunk of mud. Then I'd ooey and I'd gooey all over your shoey. Oh, I wish I were a little hunk of mud. There's more. Oh, I wish I were a little hunk of dirt. Oh, I wish I were a little hunk of dirt. Then I'd squishy and I'd squashy all over your galoshy. Oh, I wish I were a little hunk of dirt. And then we changed the last rhyme, didn't we? Are you ready? Oh, I wish I were a little happy pig. Oh, I wish I were a little happy pig. Then I'd roll around in mud, feeling happy, having fun. Oh, I wish I were a happy little pig. That's a fun one, isn't it? I like that. Then I'd ooey and I'd gooey all over your shoey. Then I'd squishy and I'd squashy all over your galoshy. But you know what? Dirt and mud comes off of you. You can wash it off, so it's fun to get messy. Right? Max the pig? Yeah, you got it. So, for our calming strategy, we thought we'd do a little bit more along the lines of what pigs do, and we talk about them rolling around in mud to cool down. So let's pretend that we're a pig and we're rolling around in mud, and you could roll your arms like that, okay? So I want you to take a deep breath in, roll your arms one way, and then a deep breath out, and you could even roll your arms the other way, okay? So deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Rolling pig breathing, that's what we called it. And remember, we've got some others here, like the balloon breathing. So take that deep belly breath in and blow that deep belly breath out, and it feels really, really good, doesn't it? This is the part of our circle after we've sung our uniting song and after we've done our calming strategy that we like to connect with everybody. And there's so many people that we miss that we haven't seen for a while. But guess what? Our centers are starting to open up. So slowly, lots of families and lots of children will start to trickle back to the centers, and we will get to see everybody again. But we're going to see people a little bit from a distance. So we're going to keep our arms and our hands and our bodies in our own space, and we're going to wave, and we're going to give air fives and air fist pumps and air hugs until we can bear hug again. Right, Max the pig? Air hugs until bear hugs. But you can connect with your family members and you can give them lots of hugs. Should we sing the We Wish You Well song? Okay, let's sing it. We wish you well, we wish you well, all through the day today. We wish you well. And we can't wait to see you again. But we do have a connecting strategy to share with you, and then maybe you can teach your family members how to do it too. So what Max and I will do is we'll tap our legs for it when we say trip, trap, trip, trap. You'll see what the song is about in just a moment. But at home, you can connect with your family members by clapping your hands in a patty cake way, right? So patty cake, patty cake. And let's listen to this song. This song, this connecting song, is about the other animal we're talking about this week, which is goats. So let's listen to it and let's have a little bit of a demonstration of how to actually do it, okay? So listen carefully, and I'm going to tap my legs with Max, and we're going to do it together. So trip, trap, across the bridge they come. Trip, trap, climbing one by one. Trip, trap, baby takes a stroll. Trip, trap, over the sleeping troll. Trip, trap, louder traps I fear. Trip, trap, middle goat's getting near. Trip, trap, stomps the biggest goat. Trip, trap, troll goes in the moat. Oh, should we sing it one more time? You'll hear the story about the three billy goats gruff in our next circle time. But basically, it's a make-believe story. It's not a real story. It's like a fairy tale, and it involves three billy goats crossing over a bridge above a sleeping troll, which is a make-believe, kind of funny, a little bit scary-looking imaginary creature that doesn't exist but is there just to make us laugh and be entertained. Let's do this one more time. Trip, trap, across the bridge they come. Trip, trap, marching one by one. Trip, trap, baby takes a stroll. Trip, trap, above the sleeping troll. Trip, trap, taps getting louder I hear. Trip, trap, middle goat is near. Trip, trap, stomps the biggest goat. Trip, trap, the troll falls in the moat. That's a bit of a funny story, isn't it? It's an oral story. We share it by rhyming and even singing sometimes. So that's a bit of a fun connecting activity that you can share with your family members. Just trip, trap, and you can even make up your own words if you can't quite remember it. But it's neat to kind of tap back and forth while you're sharing a story together. So, should we do our committing strategies, Mr. Max? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to pull out the safekeeper box. And Max the pig is going to rest very carefully there. We're going to open up our safekeeper box and we're going to show you the special pictures that we have inside of our loved ones. And you could see baby Lily, and she's still learning, but this time next year, she's going to be able to make her own commitments. We're going to keep her safe in the box. There's Fernando. Fernando's going to work on being kind and thoughtful, helping people out and family members out when they need it. And here's Fanny. Fanny is going to use her helping hands. She's going to show her family members when and how often she needs to wash her hands and how important it is to wash your hands and keep your hands clean and free of germs. And guess what Max's commitment is again this week? You can tell because he wanted to wear a mask again. Do you remember Max? Yeah. Max's commitment this week, still, like always, is to help keep people happy, keep them laughing and smiling and having fun. And that's a really lovely commitment. And I'm going to put that in here. And I'm going to make my commitment, which is that I promise to do what I can to keep my family safe and my family happy. And I'm going to set that aside. And everybody is safe in the safekeeper box. And, okay, friends, we have a funny goodbye song to share with you today. It's one that you might have heard before, but it involves the same kind of mucky feeling that we get when we talk about pigs rolling around in muck. And it's the bread and butter song and the marmalade and jam. If you can think about spreading marmalade or jam on your bread, it's kind of a mucky texture, just like making mud pies outside. So let's sing that for our goodbye song in honor of Max the pig. Are you ready? Let's do it together, okay? Let's clap and tap again. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as quiet as we can. Goodbye. Oink, oink, oink. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as loud as we can. Goodbye. Oink, oink. Ma, ma. Last one. Are you ready, Max? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say goodbye as happy as we can. Goodbye, friends. See you next time.